Hello viewers, Kubiondo Kith and Kin, I'm SB and welcome back to Roadwarden, where today we have kind of a small fortune and I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with it. I was looking at our journal a little bit here, just tabbing through the quests, making sure I still remember all the things we are here to do. We have learned a lot of things for the theoretical, long-term mission, go back to the guilds, report whether or not the North is friendly to trade. My inclination is to try to steer them away from this at this point, but that's kind of a distant concern, right? We are to gather wealth. I'm trying. We could just put the coins away for this, right? But I'm thinking about a couple of other things that we haven't yet managed to complete. First of all, the innkeeper wanted us to find Glaucia and speak with her. I am also pretty interested in doing this because I think that they probably know something about Asterion, right? I think we've received some information that suggested that they probably know something about Asterion. We have this concern, of course, the plague. The tree eats magic, which can also be found in human blood. We have this concern. If I want to see the leaders of the hidden village, I need to bring them a worthy gift. According to the guard, it could be something of great value and what's difficult to find. A sharp blade, a cask of golden liquid, spices from another land. Now listen, I got some golden liquid. Something tells me that this is not what they're talking about. But I think that the kind of thing they're talking about is something we'll probably know it when we see it. I don't think we've happened across anything that would really fit yet. We still need to find these, find information about Admon and Dahlia. At that nest, that griffin nest, we saw a great big spear. Doesn't seem like it would be Admon's tool. Dahlia's the bravest of them with strong legs. Looks for beasts in the open by the roads. I could be, right? Maybe it's her spear. There is, of course, all kinds of stuff going on with White Marshes and what's going to be done to and about White Marshes. There's this fucked up village. We have all of these notes, and I have no idea what to make of them, really. We have ourselves a spirit rock that I don't know what to do with. We have the swamp altar. So here's what I'm thinking right now. One thing I probably want to do with this money is go back to Foggy's and make some of the alchemical concoctions that we have ingredients for already, but that we just haven't been allowed to use the tools to build. In particular, I'm thinking if we can make a couple of vitality potions, we can perhaps go give the tree some of our blood, see what effect that has, if any, and then hopefully just undo the damage right away, right? We can also, I think, make the blinding powder. I believe we have all the pieces for the blinding powder now. I don't really know what to make of that. It seems like it would be a very powerful weapon. Maybe the kind of thing that will just let us win a fight of our choosing at some point. Aside from that, the other sort of like big expenses we could put the money toward are like a crossbow. We know where there is a crossbow for sale, and it's not too much more expensive than the money we have now. We know that the tailor in Howler's Dell would sell us a better Gambeson, one that can actually have the fourth quarter filled in. But honestly, I don't know that I think we need that. It's 20 dragon bones or a cheaper price if we can bring her some spider silk. We know where there is spider silk, although I don't exactly know how to get it safely. But I just don't know that I think I need another hit on my Gambeson as badly as I need other things, right? Like, I would definitely prioritize the crossbow over that. My other thought is that there is still an awful lot of Heart of the Woods unexplored, and I think that Glaucia's band is in there somewhere. checking out the Heart of the Woods is always expensive because we end up accumulating a lot of damage and wounds. And so I do kind of think maybe just holding on to the money and probing the Heart of the Woods some more would be a good idea. The other thing that's kind of disconnected from a lot of these concerns is we've still not spoken to the Enchantress. The Enchantress could have information, right? We don't really know. Actually, you know what? I'm noticing now there is a path south through the marshes, isn't there? I think tomorrow I want to go back here. Another thing I should probably have, I don't think I mentioned it, but we managed to scrape together some iron scraps. We could buy even more iron scraps from Foggies, and we have been led to believe that these things will be valuable in Whitemarsh. So I would very much like to try to sell these. I think I would try to sell these before I would go and pay for more. Like, let's make sure that that's a thing we can actually do. But maybe that's a thing to do over the next little bit here is go to Foggies, make some potions, go back to Whitemarsh and see if we can conduct a little bit of business. Maybe talk to Orentius finally. So what does that mean we're going to do today? We have 7 hours before dusk, and unfortunately the roads are fucked. We could make it to the peat fields. We can't get here before nightfall. Travel time 6:15. Huh. Weird. But yeah, if we make it to the peat fields, I guess another thing that's worth noting is that we have no food on us right now. We're quite wealthy, but very hungry. We're not hungry. We're at full nourishment, but we have no food. So staying the night at Foggies before heading back down here is potentially reasonable. It's not clear to me whether we're actually going to be able to stay the night in Gale Rocks for free or not. The innkeeper was not conclusive in either direction, I feel like, and I'm definitely worried that we're going to try it and then we're going to have to give her the 2 dragon bones, and it's not the end of the world, but it's certainly not great. So maybe that's what we do. Maybe we go back to Foggies, we produce some potions and stuff. We have time to go to Creeks. Is there anything we need to go to Creeks for? I don't think there is. We don't have any information about the hunters that we didn't have before. Unless I'm allowed to ask about the spear. I might be allowed to ask about the spear. But I think we've done everything else for them, right? Ila wants me to get to know the roads that connect Foggy Lake with the western crossroads and the southern crossroads. Do what I can to make them more secure. Meet them someday before noon, but only if I know the entire route and it's safe enough to travel in a large group. To make the road safer, I should improve it further. I could also complete a few mundane patrols for the village. Okay, so just doing patrols in the morning might help out. That part was less clear to me. I think let's go to Foggies. Well, we could go to Creeks first and come back. Let's go to Creeks real quick. I want to see if we can ask about the what do you call it? The spear that we saw. I also want to wash all the garbage off my clothes. It shouldn't be... Hold on, step away. It shouldn't be very long from here back to Foggies, right? Yeah, just an hour. We can at least gain a little bit of appearance back, but our clothes are covered in garbage right now. In an hour, I'll remove the bloodstains from my clothes. All right, that gets us off of -1. That's the best we can do for the moment. Right, I think we were at -1 because of the blood. Yeah, now we're still at -1 actually. We're at 0 points with a -1. Yeah, we were at -2. Whew. So, Ila... I don't want to ask about the Tribe of the Green Mountain. We don't need to talk about them. Do we want to talk to the people of Creeks about Aurentius? Okay, yeah, we just need to run a few mundane patrols. That's stuff we can do in the mornings. Let's go ahead and ask about this. You know who Theus is, right? She may need your help. About Aurentius? You vaguely describe her plan, but he doesn't meet your eyes, focused on the work at hand. You offer to address his tribe, but for a few breaths you only hear the sound of the hammer, which Ila is using to put together 2 blocks of wood with a fancy joint without nails. He brings it close to his stomach and starts to pressure it with his scarred hands, making sure it holds. And what are your thoughts on this, friend? Well... she is a strong leader. I think there's no two ways about that. Don't even start. He puts the frame on the workbench with a loud thud. A strong tyrant, aye. Follow her and you'll become one of many souls who she's betrayed before you gain anything. And she won't be reached by justice behind her walls and guards. He looks at the cuts on his hands. If you want to get out of her plots unscarred, you deal with Aurentius on your own, without the villages. The tribe of Creeks already agreed to not step in, and if I were to tell everyone that Theus wants to stain her hands through us, they'd refuse twice. Okay, interesting. I wonder if he has any more specific stories. Hey, Ephraim, about the hunters, do you recognize this busted-up knife I found? I forgot about this. He reaches for it without thinking twice, then brings it close to his face, studying the tiny details of the bone. I do, he whispers. It belonged to Admon's mother. He lowers it, but holds it tightly. But she's not around anymore. Where was it? He keeps chipping in until you tell him to listen to the end. I'm going to be honest with you, I do not remember. Oh, the knife was in the cave with the corpse eater. He respects your wish, though he frowns so much that you wonder if he can see you. So, there's no shell, only a ghoul. Everyone knows what that means. He'll wake up soon. He shakes his head, as if to drop the thought. It may be so. Thanks for your help, friend. After these words, Ephraim is unusually quiet. Okay, so now we know that about that. He took the knife, yes? Okay, good. So yeah, we still need to find out stuff about Dahlia. Let's go talk to Old Hava. Hey, Old Hava, if I needed to buy stuff... A spiced whole meal cooked with care. 1 meal for a dragon bone is a pretty bad deal, actually. And I think with that, we've kind of gotten everything we are going to get out of here. And they won't let me stay here. So let's head back to Foggy Lake. Hopefully it won't rain again. The screeching birds are sitting on the logs of the palisade. Some of them observe you, but the group doesn't cease its squabbling. The tavern's windows and doors are open, and a bunch of furs are spread over the fence. We're fighting bugs, says the shorter man when he sees your look. Yeah, I got nothing to say to you, buddy. Hey, Foggy. I have some questions about the peninsula. You know anything about... Which spelling of griffin was this game using? Anything about griffins? No? Okay, I haven't heard of such a place. I really wish I forgot to go back and check the recording for what that person said, for where that woman said we would go when we left the village. All right, don't worry about it. Well, I don't have any questions for you, I guess. Do I have anything that you want? Nope, still just the urine, which I think I still want. Yep, you have some iron scraps. I have a fresh meal left to purchase or to eat here. All right, so a sharpening poison that can improve my senses. You can make 3 doses at once. Gives an edge in combat for the rest of the combat, but puts a burden on the shell during nightfall. That'd be 3 bones. That's pretty harsh. Blinding powder. I don't have... Oh, I need a jar of soil touched by a curse. Interesting. But healing potions, yes? We can make the withering dust, right? Yeah, it costs a bone. A single bag will be a decent supply. You know what? I think we should do this. This is a thing that maybe we've already seen all the uses for it, but we've seen a lot of uses for it, right? You start by setting the driftwood on fire, then chop and roast the bog friend, which for reasons unknown to you turns into a dust-like powder. You grind together the seeds of coriander, pepper, and celery, and add them to the mushroom, making a pleasantly smelling mixture. You then grab one of the yellow calcites and break it into smaller pieces with a stone-ended club, then grind it to dust in a mortar, together with seeds and dried toxic plants that you are carrying among your own supplies. The longer it takes, the more foul the smell becomes. You chop and mash the garlic, mix it with some of the dust that fell off the wood, add it to the bowl, and allow yourself to take a short break. The pneuma fills your creation, drying it in just a few moments, then turning the entire mixture into an ash-colored dust. You make sure that your gloves are dry, then grind some more until the smell completely disappears. You sweep everything into a leather bag, leaving not a single mote behind. You know, it just occurred to me, even when the guard at the Green Mountain Village, talked to us about when we were powdering the rock, the guard asked if it was magic, and we just nodded that it was, but it just not really got me that the alchemy stuff we're doing has pneuma in it, so I wonder if it would be usable as sacrifices to the tree. It is late. My eyes hurt after the last potion I brewed, but what if I made a healing potion? Feels like I should have one if I can have one. So I'm gonna make the second recipe here. Lost a bundle of woundwort. I don't know if I still have more. Both the recipes require it, so. You chop and grind over a dozen of various herbs into a green pulp, making an ointment with a strong woundwarty smell. So far, so good. Then you spend long minutes at the table, constantly keeping the liquid on the brink of boiling, every now and then lowering and raising the small cauldron. We saw this text before. The potion is ready. Clean everything up. Okay. I am going to catch a little sleep here. Let's pay the dragon bone and get our fourth point of vitality back. Ah, the dark skies don't let go. Yet another night of rainfall. Never a break, huh? Well, out of curiosity... Okay, I do still have more woundwort. I could make more healing potion. Should I? How much money do I have left on me now? 7? It feels like a good idea to carry. Do I have in my alchemy supplies? It just says a bundle of black woundwort. So I don't have any idea actually how much woundwort I have. Maybe the woundwort can't. Maybe it's inexhaustible. Do I want to make another healing potion? I think so. One more. Alright, clean everything up. I go outside. I have nothing to say to y'all. Alright, let's try to go to the village. Also, I want to have a chat with their warlock again. We should have time, though. If I want to go to Creeks... Well, hold on. Sorry. Actually, before I leave... Hey, Foggy, I'd like to eat. Yeah. Okay. So we could run up there. It'll still be before noon when we get there. We might be able to do a patrol. I don't think it'll change anything, like, too terribly. Nope, such a late hour. Jeez. All right. I don't agree that it's a late hour, but fine. Okay, buddy. Show me your alchemical ingredients. Okay, you can just sell me this stuff for healing potions. I bring a message from your old teacher. He listens to it without a word, then reaches for one of his bracelets, playing with the wooden beads. He grunts a few times, and his eyes grow absent. I was happy when I got there, you know? I'm not a loafer. I was ready to learn all their ways. Back then, Priest Laurentius saw any spells coming from pagans as disgusting in Wright's eyes. His tone swings between mocking and begrudging. But I didn't let go, and the others outvoted him. Those were very different days. Yeah, can I use your alchemy table yet by any chance? Of course not. Yeah. Fair enough. I need to meet with Laurentius. And I need to make sure you won't make me regret helping you. All right, there is stuff brewing, ominously. I am concerned that revealing this, and especially revealing that I know this for a fact, will make him question what role I play in it. But he still cares for the people of this village, right? I don't want to... I'm a little nervous about how the game's going to take this. I don't want to make it a threat. And this might be us threatening. I want to offer it as like a thing I know that could happen, but maybe I can avert it. I'm going to go ahead and click, and maybe I'm going to be sad that I did so. I allow an ominous pause. If we don't act, they will. His eyes fill up with dread. His dropped shoulders and anxious toes confirm that your message was clear. Okay. My message wasn't clear to me. How did he take that? Buddy, I need you to open the path to White Marshes. Yeah. I will give you a dragon bone if you will just open the fucking path. So everything's got to be so difficult with this guy. We may be staying here for the night. On your way to the village, you see a girl no older than 15 walking through the tall purple grasses along with a few other youngsters. After she notices your arrival, she runs toward the road, waving to draw your attention. I stop. Can I help you? It takes her a few more moments to reach you. Her clothes are baggy, appropriately so for her age, but she's also rather scraggy for a laborer. She carries a slingshot and a simple backpack made of creepers and twigs, filled with green leaves, wild fruits, and a dead squirrel lying on the surface. After your question, she gives you a curious glance. Roadwarden, parents told me. Not sure which part of it is the question. You nod in agreement. But what is it that one does, really? Hunt bounties? Well, I mostly patrol the roads and travel between villages. Some roadwardens seek bounties, yes, but I do all sorts of things. Whatever's needed. Oh, you're an adventurer, then. She makes an odd, displeased grimace, then sneezes and smiles at you. Interesting. I think she wants... I don't think this is just a question. She wants something, but she wants to know... She's trying to, like, take my measure here a little bit. I don't know which thing she wants. Whether she would prefer that I am an outlaw or not. I'm going to suggest that I follow local laws. Adventurers are paid to do odd jobs, but often don't follow the city laws nor the local ones, unlike roadwardens. Makes sense. She nods, but looks around with a frown. So you're a mercenary of sorts. They do follow laws, if the pay's right. I'm gonna say even less so here, because I do want to specify I am not available as an assassin, basically. Oh, even less so. Mercenaries follow the rules of their employers, but they get hired only as fighters, either as guards or one-time soldiers. They mostly learn how to fight other humans. I'm sort of an adaptable problem solver, you see. But aren't you a soldier? She waves toward her companions, showing them not to worry about her. You work for the city, right? Well, I do, but I work only with my mount and answer only to the chieftain. I've no lieutenant, and am required to handle many tasks of my own, securing shelters, for example, or staying alive in the wilderness. I don't occupy any specific spot, and I'm not allowed to collect taxes. Her tone is confident when she pats her slingshot. Hear this, then. You're part pathfinder, part adventurer. The city pays you to cross the woods by yourself, and you do odd jobs for your own sake. How much longer do I want to keep arguing with this little girl? I could say pathfinders don't patrol the roads, they cross the wilderness, and they don't work alone. Beasts are too dangerous. So, I mean, it is, again, the case that she doesn't quite have it. Yeah, we're staying in White Marsh tonight. I guess I'm going to keep talking to her. The Pathfinders don't patrol the roads. They cross the wilderness and seek game trails that could be widened with tools. And they don't work alone. Beasts are too dangerous. My horse here won't squeeze through some shrubs, you know? But you know who does work alone, she persists? Rangers. Lone spies. You're pretty much that. Okay, I mean, you're close. But rangers are meant to stay hidden, gathering rumors, seeking foes and monsters. They don't intervene unless directly threatened, and are meant to, above all, bring the news back to their lieutenant, or to sabotage enemy troops. I work closely with mayors, and I never hide my identity. She repeats parts of your description quietly, then bursts into laughter. Now I get it. But all these names are a mess, huh? Well, I'm impressed you know them at all. There haven't been many rangers or pathfinders around since the invasion. And neither have Roadwardens, she shrugs and steps away, trying to silence the loud calls of the other foragers. One was here before summer, but found nothing to do here, was just speaking with Thyrsis a lot. You know Thyrsis? You nod, and she looks back. Her fellow foragers are calling her to get back to work. My mom was a soldier before she got me, but no one tells me much about her, see? City and soldiers don't bother with us no more, so people forgot. She says goodbye with a gentle bow, then runs back to her group. And I ride through the gate. Very strange. You ride along a trail of blood, which disappears near the well. The locals spread quickly, leaving you with a few guards and many, many more awoken shells. And I go to Helvius. He meets your eyes, waiting for you to speak. I have some wares to sell? You like some iron scraps? Hell yeah. Deal. Okay, if I got some more quarrels, that's right, I knew this. That was not a bad sale. It's probably not... It's not worth buying the stuff at Foggy's to bring it here unless we're already headed here. But that's got us back up to 12 coins, which is almost crossbow territory. Or I could just make a shit ton of healing potions. I could sabotage Thasis' plans. I don't think this is a good idea. I also don't think that telling him about this is... I don't want to betray that woman's trust. I approach Valens. Valens, do you... Okay, I can't do any of this stuff. I could sell him roast chickens at the same thing it cost me to buy them. Alright, farewell. Actually, sorry, I should go back to Helvius. Oh, he only has stuff to sell. Nothing to, or he only buys stuff from me. I can't buy food here. Well, I probably can't make it anywhere before nightfall, right? Yeah, I guess we're just sleeping here. I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping that was gonna be a little bit more productive. I was hoping that, like, with me having come back to bring some iron for them, which I know they desperately need, he would let me see Arentius. We're gonna have to do something. I do not feel great about turning the armies of Howler's Dell and the other cities loose on this place, like, the people here are going to suffer tremendously. But I kind of think that's going to happen either way. If I could see Aurentius and maybe talk him out of whatever it is he's intent on doing here. Hell, if I could just figure out what it is that he's intent on doing here. If I were to tell the village about Theus's plans, I don't know. I don't know that I necessarily trust the person who comes to me and does that, right? Like, they betrayed the last person they were making a deal with. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Have to rest on your own blanket. Don't lose any vitality sleeping here, at least. Day 20. The halfway point is behind you. In just 20 days, you'll need to ride back to Hovlevan. Otherwise, the roads will get too dangerous for a lone rider. And I could also speak with Tulia. Maybe she'll be willing to head to the city earlier. I have no interest in going back earlier. Earlier is the opposite of my concerns. 3 hours to make it out to Creeks. Part of me does want to just ride back into the dark woods. I really wish I'd managed to figure out how to get access to the watchtower. Well, if we're riding out that way, we could go back to Foggy Lake. We could pay for the meals, get something to eat, and then continue on. Let me go straight to Creeks. See if this is early enough to work. It's such a late hour. Y'all, it is the crack of morning. You're just being assholes. Alright. I do think it is worth paying for fresh meals again. We're up here a lot, you know? How would I deal with that spider? I don't know. Let's go to the foraging grounds. We've never actually managed to forage at the foraging grounds, I don't think. But I would like to have some food on me. 2 bunches of wild plants. Wild carrots, an onion, juicy berries. You grow more familiar with the valley, but you don't think it hides much more food. Okay. I was also kind of hoping there'd be a chance we might find something else, you know? So from here, 4:30 back to the Pelt. I still don't really know what to make of the giant. We could go make our presence known at the secluded residence and maybe push a little bit. Without being able to stay at the watchtower, it's really not safe for us to come back like all the way in the evening, and there's no way for us to get here early enough in the morning. But maybe I'm just going to make it clear to her that I am, like, very concerned. 4:30. Take me 3:15 to make it back to the Pelt. I wish I could just, like, try waiting for an hour. I really don't want to piss her off. I don't want to start our negotiations that way, especially since there isn't any specific thing that I need from her desperately. There was food to forage at the southern crossroads, wasn't there? Oh, also, shoot, my fishing traps are out here, aren't they? Yeah, too late, of course. Set it again. Let's keep moving. I just haven't been through here enough. So going to Tulia's camp is not actually useful. Tulia has like nothing of value for us. I'm kind of thinking if we go from the Pelt in the north to Creeks in a single go right at the beginning of the day, provided that that there's no rain, that would probably give them the certainty they need that the road is safe that day. Yeah, I can't really afford to do much else. I definitely feel like I'm just burning time a little bit here. Huh. The yard is stained with coughed out blood. The trail leads into the building. The hunters are tense, with weapons at hand, looking at you as if you're bringing them answers. You're approached by Dullet. You heard? The lieutenant from Hag Hills fled from her camp. She'd be dead without our potions. What happened? A troll. There's a hint of shame in her voice. She says she stopped it, but not before it tore the other soldier to pieces. You better speak with her. Yeah. The innkeep greets you with a nod, then his eyes lead you to the bench in the corner. Tulia is sitting with her head resting against the wall, heavily breathing, with clean bandages on her neck, arm, and leg. Next to her are 3 small bottles, all of them open, but your nose catches no scent of ale. Her gambeson is on the floor, now more of a rag than an armor. As you sit next to her on the stool, she opens one eye, then another. Her grunt is hesitant. Tell me about the attack. There isn't much to say. It came in the early hours. We threw and shot at it anything we could. After it broke through the gate, I had one last arrow left. My subordinate, her voice is bitter, gave me time to aim, and now he's gone. Did you manage to burn the other soldier? The sorrow in her eyes makes the shake of her head redundant. Shit, I can't get down there and do it in time. I do not think I should tell her a lie about having found Asterion. I don't think I should bring this up, but I do think I should go check out the camp tomorrow morning. Alright, go to the innkeeper. About Glaucia's band. Yeah, okay, I'm still trying to find Glaucia. So we don't have anything else to... 7 coins for a healing potion. Holy crow. With 7 coins... Hold on. Oh, the crossbow. Why was I thinking the crossbow was so much cheaper than it actually is? That decent crossbow is a fucking nightmare to purchase. If I sold him both my healing potions, we still wouldn't even get there. The crossbow opens up some new avenues of combat, and it's definitely a thing that's worth having, but at that price, I don't know. Let me talk to the scavenger real quick. Is anything going on? It's not bad here. They bought what I could sell. The hunters want my entire pouch for getting me south. We've agreed to a lower price, but they won't just drop whatever it is they're doing to escort me. I don't care. I'll wait for a couple of days, do some chores for the innkeep. But I do feel like I've eaten a troll shit, eh? When I landed here, I had my pile of bundles and trinkets, and now I'm starting with nothing again. Should have listened to the warnings. This land belongs to no man. Yeah, okay. Tell me about yourself is not gonna be any interesting information, is it? Wait. No, this is new text, I think. I could tell you stories for days, but who cares? He chuckles. I'm just doing my thing, moving from wall to wall, sleeping where they let me, buying what I need, selling what I can, saving dragons for later on. I used to be a sailor. People called me Pyros because of the forehead. But I'm not one to push a plow or patch ship sails all day long. I don't care if a corpse eats my bones one day, as long as I can stay free for a couple years more. And I'm damn good at staying safe, or rather I was before I landed in this shithole. He touches his scarred face and smirks unpleasantly. I haven't gotten one of these in years, but it didn't take 2 weeks on the road here and I almost lost my legs. Spent all my coin in Howler's Dell for Elder's magic. He brushes some invisible dust off his pants. not the first time I have an empty pouch, not gonna lie. But there's no coin waiting here. Once I push all the iron to the locals, I'm moving south. Though I won't ride alone. I'm not making that mistake again. He's probably lying, but I don't let him know that I've noticed it. Yeah, that's interesting. I've heard no ships can land on this coast. Well, he tilts his head to the right and gives you a distrustful look. If you're patient and take your time, you can get to Gale Rocks from the sea, in a light boat or a raft or something that can avoid the rocky teeth. Sure, no hope for a ship or any trade, but with some help you could do it. But don't tell anyone I told you this. His tone gets significantly colder. It's not something people should talk about. Well, now that's curious. Alright. That's interesting. Go to the well. I mean, I can wash my shell. I can get a little bit cleaner here. I mean, we gotta go burn that body, right? Let's sleep, and then in the morning, we'll handle it. So I won't lose vitality if I sleep on a bench. I don't think we actually can gain cleanliness right now. Well, actually, no, I'm in pretty good shape. My clothes are fucked, but I think I could still go up to 4. My guess is we won't maintain it. The question is the coin worth the food? Because we'll get breakfast. I'm gonna say, yeah, it's the combination of the food and the appearance point. All right, downstairs the innkeeper's putting firewood into the stove. I wouldn't mind some rations, actually. Just a little bit of food to have on me. All right, that's all I need. Do I need to manually splash myself with troll urine? No, okay. You mark the area, not yourself, with the terrifying smell. The road is covered with paw prints. From time to time you spot blood stains spit out by someone with deep wounds. The black carrion eaters are circling ahead above the camp. I may need to turn around. Oh. You don't reach the walls. The carcass is serving as a feast to birds and dragonlings, a few of which are resting on the ground, waiting for the next wave of hunger. One of them gets back on its paws, giving you a warning stare. The path of the troll's charge is marked with broken arrows and puddles of blood. The soldiers fought bravely, but the camp will be of no use until someone arrives here with a wagon of timber. Right, but I still need to search it. Yeah, 5:45, they definitely won't. Fuck. Alright, well, the thing we could do is go to the tree. I'm a little frustrated. We could go check out the fishing hamlet again. I wonder if Theus' daughter would have any work for us. Like, it may be time to make it may be time to sort of pull the trigger on White Marshes. We could go back up there, we could tell her what's what, and we could have the zombies handled. Gosh, I'm really torn. Let's head back up to the southern crossroads. Hold on, there's probably food that could be scavenged here. You take a quick look around. A flock of rooks and crows flees the crossroads. The carcass is fresh, so are the boot prints. You take a quick look around. Tulia's work. The wolf, lured by the scent of blood, ran through the shrubs, breaking a few twigs, but the few stabs it received were deadly precise, reaching the organs. Yeah, let's forage here. Not trusting your surroundings, you have to take aggro with you, repeatedly tethering and releasing it as you make progress. With the help of your axe and a long stick, you push aside the barricade of leaves and thorns, and prod the ripe plums and sour apples, then catch them into a spread bag. You could use an extra pair of hands. The berries are much easier to collect, though most of them are poisonous, so you leave them for the birds. After digging out the wild cabbage and carrots and cutting away their inedible parts... Okay, so... I have food. I have a fair amount of food on me. I've spent a little bit of time making it so. Part of the problem is I'm really not sure how to progress a lot of my concerns from this point. Alright, apologies. I hope this doesn't seem like a terrible anticlimax. I'm going to cut this episode a little bit short here because I really am feeling uncertain about where I'm going and how I want to approach the problems we have left. We could go to the tree and try feeding it some blood. But beyond that, yeah, I don't know. We may just have to commit on this this White Marsh thing. All right. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you return next time, I will have a plan, I promise you. And hopefully it will turn out not to be the wrong one. And we'll see you then.